I'd like to call to order the Board of Health meeting for Tuesday, December 13th, 2022 at 6 p.m. In attendance, we have Michelle Kennedy, Board of Health member, Christina Russo, Board of Health member, Delshon Flip, health agent, and Janine Oliver, who is the junior administrative assistant, and myself, Christine Stewart. So we will get started. The bill vouchers have already been signed, so we're good there. And we are going to skip right ahead to trash abatements for December. So those look good. If you guys, do you have any questions, ladies?
No, they all match.
Do you have the originals for the abatements?
I'm going to just give you all the originals right
Okay.
now. So there's the abatements, the water.
Have they seen that, the water?
Yeah, I sent it to everybody.
Okay.
Yep.
Just wanna make sure.
And then the minutes from the meeting minutes
From last time, I have
yeah.
that. Okay, terrific. All right. Any questions about the abatements? Nope. No. Okay. So we do have a motion to approve.
Motion.
And a second. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
It was cold.
Does it work?
It was cold.
There you go. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay. Next on the agenda, we have the minutes from November 9th to approve, which are after all the bills. Just take a quick peek. Okay, any questions? Take your time.
Can I just ask one question?
Absolutely.
Actually, so on the hearing that we have, the finding of the first violation, that's known that it's still going to be put as a violation, so the next time it's a
Yes.
second violation, even
When
though,
he was sent the findings of the meeting,
right?
it was stated in there.
Okay,
Yep. So,
okay.
yep, so he is well aware that this is still a violation.
Okay,
Yep.
Okay.
that was my only question.
Any questions? No. Okay. So I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes from November 9th, 2022. And do I have a second?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Do you mind if I just ask Kathleen?
Sure.
Now, if in fact this ever happens again with Kathleen's, you will know that it's still a violation? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I put it in.
All right.
Selected it already.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
So I don't want people to think that we're not really looking at it, but we've already looked, it's already been said.
Oh, yeah, as
Oh, yeah,
far
yeah.
as this?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, this we've just looked together, so it's fine. Okay. All right, that's all set. Okay, so for new business, we would like to start with the hearings relative to tobacco control law violations. And this evening, we have Kathleen Mahoney, who's the South Shore Tobacco Coordinator, to discuss that with us. You're on, girl.
We have two different hearings here, so I don't know who wants to go first.
I was thinking Easy Mart would go first because they were November 15th,
Okay.
and then Station Lake was the 16th, so.
Okay. So we're going to do Easy Mart
Yeah,
first.
and that's the way I put it in your folder.
Excellent. Okay, thank you.
So, Easy Mart, I went in there on November 15th around 12:11. I went in to do a pricing survey, which the state assigned to me. While I was in there, I noticed that there was Game Green on the shelf and Jewel 5%, which are obviously against the law. It's been like that for 2 years. And once again, the humidor was open. The reason I mention that is because I've gone in there on 2 other occasions other than this one in November, and I've discussed this with them, that the humidor should not be open, it should not be unlocked. I've asked them to move products behind the shelf, because he said, I think he's having difficulty getting the lock, so then move all the products behind the shelf. So no, because it's like in the aisle, so nobody can get into it. So that's 3 times that has happened. I was more concerned with the Game Green and the 5%, that he had that in the store, which again, it's been a couple of years since this law has gone into effect. And I know that he said that the distributor had said that it was human error. I'm not here to decide that. I'm just telling you guys facts. This is what I saw this day, that he had plenty of Jewel 5% in Game Green.
Is this the first time that that you've come across this there?
As far as 5% Game Green?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been in there, so the first one with humidor is, I went in October 2020, and we discussed, what was going on with the law. I went back in there, October 2021, and I talked to him about getting the manufacturer's letters, and he was gonna call Doug, the distributor, to get those. We talked about the new law again, what it entails. Doug is actually the distributor that sent us a letter regarding the human error. I went there in September 2022 to do an inspection. He was closed for vacation, so I'm back in November for a pricing survey, and that's when I observed those products that were.
Okay, can you just elaborate on human error? So that they're saying that the vendor is human error with the vendor or with the
So,
establishment?
No, with the distributor said that they by mistake sent these products to his location.
But they will put on the shelf though, even if it was in error, they should know that they shouldn't be out there, correct?
Correct. It
Okay.
should have been, that's not me, but it's been 2 years, it's 5%. It should have been never put on the shelf. It should have been sent back right away, along with the Game Green.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to clarify to make sure I heard you correctly. So the distributor said that it was their human error by sending it.
Yes, correct.
Okay, all right,
However, the distributor is not the one that puts it on the shelf.
Correct.
Okay.
okay.
Oh, you'll go.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay, and this is the second time?
This is the first time I found those 2 products on the shelf. I've been in there before and found the humidor unlocked. That's a $100 fine. 3 times I talked to him about that. This time is the only time that I found the 5% with Game Green.
Okay, so this is the third time the humidor was open.
Exactly.
Okay, and this is the first time that you found that those 2 products were on the shelf.
Yes.
So you were there in October of 20 and 21, and those products were not on the shelf,
Correct.
but they are now.
Yep. Now,
Okay.
again, I went back in September, but they weren't open, so I'm not sure when. I think you'll be able to talk more about when it was sent in. That's.
I have invoice actually. if you need.
Okay.
Yeah, they have
Hang
to.
on, hang on 1 second. Okay, so here it is.
I also want to say that his fine was only $1,100, and the reason for the fine of $1,100 We could have fined him for all of everything here, but we didn't.
Right, it could have been what we call stacked. So with this new law, it's, could have been $1,000 for the 5% jewel, because that's above what he's supposed to have, and another 1,000 for the flavor, plus $100 for the humidor. But we decided just $1,000 and $100 for the humidor.
As a first time type of thing.
Okay, so his total fine was 1,100.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for the humidor, has he paid that fine in the past?
He's
No,
been
I've
never-
given him warnings, verbal warnings.
Okay.
This has to be locked, you have to move the product behind the counter, it can't be out here. One, for, I don't want kids grabbing it.
Of course, yeah.
Two, for his protection, people can steal those products.
Yep.
And three, it's part of the law, right?
Part of the law, correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah, so it seems to me, I mean, one time, okay, but 3 times.
Shame on, yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other questions before I let Yogi speak? I'm sorry. What's his last name? Yogi? Delshawn?
House shop.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
House shop.
Oh, my God.
He goes by Yogi.
Okay.
Call Yogi, that's okay.
Okay.
I was trying to be a little more professional than say Yogi, but
No, just a minute.
okay. Do you guys have any other questions before I?
No.
No, I'll probably have more questions after he
Okay.
lets us.
Would you like to respond?
Sure. I got the 5% jewel I never carry since the law, but since the guy asked me, the distributor, he asked me like, you have a vape license, I have a vape license, tobacco license, cigarette license, I sell all the license. And then I call him actually on my regular order, and I just say, am I able to carry 5%? So girl put it like, it's probably not him actually, the probably girl works for him. She punched the number and I got the delivery, and that I was assumed like I can sell because I have a smoke shop license. So that's why I put them on the sell. And I got on,
You,
8/8, and then I closed after like a week or 2 weeks, and after that I went for a vacation. I closed my store for almost a month, and I came back and I didn't make any sale out of that. And I returned since I found out how I'm not supposed to have it, so I sent them back.
Okay, I just have a question. I just want to stop you right there. We're talking about the Jew 5%?
Yeah, let's do one thing.
So those,
He came before, that was not there.
how long ago are those not being allowed here? That's been a good
yeah.
amount of time, right?
2 years.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, but I send my smoke shop license and everything to the distributor, and then I call as my regular order for the cigarette. I call the numbers actually on cigarette, and I said, can I get Jewel 5%? And she said, yeah, sure. So she punched
right,
and
but,
she sent.
that's, you should know the law. The law says that you can't have it, whether they'll sell it to you or not. You should not still be putting it out there.
Some do, some don't. If you have a smoke shop license, they might allow it.
No.
No.
If you have a smoke shop license, you're only allowed to sell vape products, tobacco products, you cannot sell beer, wine,
Candy.
groceries,
Tortilla
nothing.
chips. So in the town of Rockland, you're not considered a smoke shop.
And
You're
nor would-
considered a
correct.
convenience store or liquor store.
So I didn't make any sale out of the package. I got it. I sent them back as it is. So.
But it was still
Okay.
on the shelf, though.
Yes, it was on the sale. Yeah, I admit that one. But that's, I assume like I can sell it. Otherwise, I wouldn't put on the sale. If I knew I cannot sell it, then I wouldn't put on the sale.
But as an owner, you're responsible to know what you can and cannot sell. It's not on the distributor to tell you what you can and can't sell.
No, they usually they don't deliver actually. In past, actually, I called for that, like, am I able to sell 5%? And he says no. But I just recently emailed him my smoke license, the vape license, and everything, all the license. And I assume like, okay, maybe now it's allowed for the smoke people, smoke license.
I
Why
mean,
would you assume that?
right, I think.
Knowing that
I
the-
never got it. Honestly, if I call, like, there is a beer, let me give you an example. High Noon, the beer. It's called Seltzer. I can sell and I cannot sell, but I cannot sell because there is a vodka inside. So beginning with, if I call through the distributor and say, can I get a couple cases of High Noon, they automatically not deliver to me because I'm a beer wine license.
Okay.
So any 5% jewel, doesn't matter I order or not, it doesn't come from distributor begin with.
Okay, but it is not the distributor's fault that you had an illegal substance on your shelf.
No, I didn't got it illegally, I got legally.
I know you got it legally, but you put
But
those
you're not able to
products
sell it.
on your shelf that could have been sold. The fact that they didn't sell doesn't
They didn't
matter.
sell any, yeah.
They were there,
Yeah.
so somebody could have bought them. And the law is that you cannot have these products.
But if-
Whether you have a smoke shop license or not, you're not a smoke shop.
So as the owner of the business, we would like to know that you know the laws and what you can put out and what you can't put out.
Exactly, I told you. Back then, I didn't know, I called a few times. I said, am I smoke shop license, can I get it? And he says, no. And rule can be changed at any minute. This is 2 years ago I'm talking. And this is, I just got.
So I think that you wouldn't talk to the distributor about that. Maybe you would go to the state and say, I want to order these. My distributor says I can order these. Am I able to do that? I mean, you have to do your due diligence.
The distributor don't release right away anyway. So if I call and make my order like regularly I do, and it's just like, okay, no, you cannot sell it over and out. But I got the delivery, and I assume like the rules may be changed. And that's the only reason I couldn't sell. If
Okay.
I know there's
Yeah.
a $5 margin on that, and if I for $500, I mean, for making it not even $40, I wouldn't sell or put it on the market over there.
But it's your responsibility as the owner to know that information.
You can call that, but like, you know what, it's a human error. It's like I can order BLT at the Wendy's and just say, can I get BLT without bacon, because I'm a Hindu? And if they put bacon by mistake, what do you do?
It's not
Well,
against the
it
law
wouldn't
to
be
sell
against-
bacon.
Exactly.
No. It's the point what I'm saying, it's a human error. The mistake, they might buy, even
I
though I
underst-
told them.
I understand what you're saying. There is such thing as human error, yes. But as the owner of the shop, it's your responsibility. It's not the distributor's responsibility to tell you. And that was an expensive assumption for you.
It's up to you, but I mean, if I knew I have no right, or if I did legally or illegally, that's a different story. I got legally and I put on the shelf legally. If I got from somebody and if I put them on the shelf, then I'm okay with it.
Okay, but you
because I
need
know
to understand that you didn't put them on the shelf legally. They're illegal.
No, I got.
So it's not legal for you to put them on the shelf. So you need to understand that. It's important for you to understand what's legal and what isn't in the state of Massachusetts. As
I mean, this is the one-man army. If I know that every rules and regulation, and if I go through.
it's your responsibility to know
I
that.
understand what you're saying, but I'm running that. I'm running the show. I'm making an order. Everything I do by myself.
So unfortunately, maybe you need to hire more staff, I don't know, but I mean, it's the law. You need to
If
follow
I
the
have a
law
staff,
at the end of the day. You didn't follow the law, you put it on.
If I have a staff and if I can afford the staff, I wouldn't close my store for like a month and go to the vacation, do my rituals. But the point is, it's up to you. You can find me if you're pleased to do it, but I have all the proof. I have later from that what happened and how it happens and everything. If I did let's see, I keep it for a year, she came to more than once a month, she comes regularly check on me, right?
Not once a month, no.
Pretty much.
So can I ask another-
September, October,
came-
November, December.
excuse me.
I mean, so.
I came October 2020. I came October 2021.
That's a year.
Oh,
Yep, I
okay.
came in September 2022, but you were closed on vacation, and I have the exact dates. Then I came back in November. And as far as permits, for Department of Revenue, you need 3 permits, cigarettes, cigars, ends. As far as what you're talking about, to be a smoke shop, and it's adult-only retail tobacco store, you can only sell tobacco products. And that has to be your main income in order to do that. You have to go through the state, you have to get approved. They will check all your income taxes, I think every quarter. It's a lot more.
That I don't know. But is that-
So I'm
Yeah,
going to be
that's a
I'm
lot.
going to be honest with you. It seems to me that you just disregard what they say, because the humidor, this is the 3rd time she came and it still wasn't locked. It wasn't moved. I mean, do you have an explanation for that?
Yes. I don't carry any more of those cigars anyway. I have only 2 boxes of cigar in there, like maybe 8 or 10. And pretty much I'm gonna run down, and ideally not even worth anymore.
Okay, but that's not an answer to my
That's
question. The
right.
answer
No, I
to,
agree on it, yeah, I
okay,
agree on it.
so you just disregarded what she told you about fixing it or putting it behind the
No, I
counter?
have a
for-
lock, but I couldn't find the lock, probably somewhere, put it by accident or something, but that's my fault, I'm okay with that, you know. The humidor, she told me, I'm agree on that one, and I did move it actually, and not even on, and probably that's gonna go trash anyway, those two, like 8 cigar, I guess, total up there, in anyway. Because it's not even moved since the pandemic or anything you call it, so it's a useless for me anyway, so I moved that out of the way anyway.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's stealing as far as you worry about stealing. I always keep it locked. Lock means like the door, glass door is off. Like if somebody comes and open the door, I wouldn't know it. As far as to find a bottle, then somebody can steal the bottle, like 10-year-old kid come and steal a bottle of wine, I wouldn't know that either, so. In the store, they're all open anyway, so in that session, if you're thinking about that. But
The humidor has to be locked.
that's okay, no, I understand, I take an admit, I mean, if it is the law and has to be locked, then it has to be locked. But I don't carry, like, I just move everything in the back and it's all done now.
I don't have any more
Chairman,
questions, do you?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So, and this is probably more for Kathleen, but if you have a smoke shop like we do up the street, you can sell vapes,
Up to, yes, 5%.
5%.
Yes.
And you can also sell the vapes 3% in the store.
Yep, you can sell both.
You can sell both.
The only basically difference
Is
is,
the percentage.
yep, and
Okay.
then if you notice in that store, they don't have beer, they don't have,
Right.
they don't have, all the other stuff that a convenience store has.
So Yogi, now
Yes.
when you were mentioning that you're a smoke shop, do you have another store that's a smoke shop?
No, I can put like separate section, is that okay though, like maybe 21 only and in my back area?
No.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
No,
okay, go ahead.
It has to be an absolute separate door, separate entrance, everything has to be, they can't even touch. Like you can't even make a fake wall and do 21 on this side and 21 on this side. It has to be different address, different location.
Oh,
And then you can't sell yeah.
lottery, and
Oh no, wait a minute,
not supposed to sell lottery either.
not anymore, that's right, that's what happened to them.
Yep, have them taken out, 'cause it's supposed to be-
Yeah, because you have to be 18 to buy lottery. So it's really your decision. If you're making the money, and again, I told them, I reach out to you guys all the time and I send you emails. I let you know they're coming.
no,
And that's
okay, I
what
don't mind they
drives me
come.
crazy. People are coming. I email all the tobacco people when I know that there is inspections. And I email everybody.
I won't carry 5% period, that's okay, no, I agree on
I honestly
that,
don't
and
think
but
anybody
if
should
I
get an email.
I don't,
I
yeah.
just ordered a month ago, you know, if I knew, and just, it's probably coincidence happened, like, okay, she pick up the phone, she say, okay, she punched the number and send it to me, and I assume like, okay, I got legally, I can probably sell it, and they probably change, like, whatever the rules or regulation or something, as you know that, I have like, I just got in August, the
I-
pack of that.
I think that
If you
maybe,
need invoice, if you need the invoice, do you wanna see it?
I don't need
During the pandemic, we did send out a copy of the new law to everybody. And in 2020, I was out discussing with everybody the new law. And the new law is on mass.gov.
Okay, does anybody have any other questions?
I do
I
not.
spoke to the, and I think you spoke to him too, the distributor.
I didn't talk to him, I saw the,
Oh, yeah,
note.
I did end up speaking to him. Where he says it's his fault, and then I said to him, well, then you pay his fine. So, he didn't like that.
So for me, Deli, what I think is that maybe he did send it to his store, but him being the owner of the store needs to know what he can and cannot sell.
Usually, actually, they're locking their computer, honestly. Any, let's say I'm a beer wine, and I ask for, like, give me a, because the distributor, beer wine distributor sell hard liquor too, like a vodka or anything, you know what I mean? So if I just say, give me like case of vodka, automatically it's not in their system, you know, I can order anything out of that book. They give me all the books together, as a beer, wine, beer, beer with the seltzers, with the vodka soda they call.
Yep. So at the end of the day, are you disagreeing that you shouldn't know the laws?
No, I should know the no, but the item when it comes to the point where it should be locked automatically, not come to me. You know, like where I know, like okay, 18-year-old comes and asks for a cigarette, I shouldn't sell it. I shouldn't sell it. But it's up to you guys. You know, I should know it's, and I just got in August. It's not like I've been displaying, and she came often and I never had display, and I just got it. I displayed. It just like a coincidence, just happened to be all comes in once and everything. You know, right? So.
No, I mean, I can understand what you're trying to tell us.
That's right.
But, you know, if I know that for a year I couldn't sell these, or for 2 years I couldn't sell these, and then this came in, I would want to know that the law changed, for sure, before just putting it out there.
I did, no, I call that the customer service every time I do the order, and they go through like, okay, Marlboro, I can sell this, that I can sell, and if I call for 5 person, which I haven't called, and okay, so she punched the number and send it to me, and usually they lock in their system.
Where is your distributor located?
Braintree.
Okay, so they're out of Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's like a small.
So they should know, but regardless, whether or not they know, doesn't matter.
No, I agree on it.
Yeah.
You're right. No, I agree on whatever it's as per her, she's right. As per, I mean, I'm here to explain what happened. You know what I mean? So
Understood.
I have to put my-
I mean, for myself, and I don't know, we don't have anything to do with Braintree, but for you, now, is this something that they would get a fine as well because they sold something that shouldn't go on the shelves?
No,
No, okay,
not as of now.
okay.
But,
Okay.
you know, as Al Shaw pointed out, she did say something to the distributor about paying the fine. You know, it's something that it's would, I say we're not looking into that.
At this time, it's not,
Right.
right, yep.
But at this time, I'm worried about that I've educated these retailers and they should know
I 100% agree.
what's going on.
And you can have great resources, whether that's through Delhi or through you if you have questions. If you want a really honest answer, here you go. Here's the
No, I agree
Rockland
with you.
folks.
And they had it happen somewhere else too. Actually, they emailed it to Delson, you and right. They emailed the letter to like.
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
have that letter? I mean, they have it happen somewhere else, like by the distributor
Mhm.
in other town, not the Rockland. And I don't know. He explained. He just said like, okay, they try to explain them, and they just okay with it, just a letter. So it's a town to town. That's you guys not the town. I don't know what town they sold it to.
Yeah, I think we're just worried about Rockland right now.
I know. No, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's, I think it's Quincy or Weymouth or something in the town that happened by them, and they,
Okay, well, I don't have any more questions. Do you guys have any more questions?
All right, so.
I make a motion
ahead.
that the fine needs to be paid.
Okay, motion on the table that the fine needs to be paid in full of $1,100. We have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, so you will be responsible for the $1,100 fine, okay? And responsible for whatever it is you put up on your shelves, okay? And if you have any questions, feel free to call the Board of Health
I
or
don't
to
have like.
call
I'm getting
Kathleen.
that much product anyway. I mean, this is only one happened to me like that. I don't go out of my way to get the product which is not even fit.
I understand, but we can't go ahead and just allow people to not be aware of what's on their shelves. And, you know, this has been going on for 2 years. This isn't something new. If it was something new and people were, you know, not sure and they're, you know, still going through and things are going on and, you know, whatever, that's different. But this has been going on for years. This isn't a new rule or new law. And if you're unsure about the laws, you can easily get them online. Or again, call Kathleen, call Delshon, okay? And don't trust your distributor to tell you what you can and cannot have.
No, they didn't push me to sell it, honestly.
I
They
understand.
didn't say that. They just, I happen to be like, if his owner Doug was there or something, he would say, no, you cannot sell it. But that probably, I ordered the regular girls, like, okay, they put the number, and usually they lock the system, which cannot go to you.
I understand. Okay.
All right,
So that's all. Thank you.
thank you.
Okay. So we have another hearing.
You'll get a letter in the mail on the
Oh, excuse me.
okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I gotta wait for the letter. Right?
Yeah, that will come
Jumped to do that, I'm
by the
sorry.
end of the
That's
week,
all right.
beginning of next week.
Okay, guys, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Kathleen?
So I went into Station Liquors on November 16th, and when I was there, I located 9 boxes of Black Mountain casinos, and also, again, the Game Green that has been illegal for a couple of years.
Boy, this Game Green is all over the place.
It is. It is. The legal one now is Game Green Sweets, that's why it can be confusing. I think we had that
Yes.
conversation before.
Thank you.
Yes.
So with the casinos, I will say when the law first went into effect, we weren't sure if it was a flavor or not. We had discovered it is a flavor. So on April 29th, 22, I did go into Station Liquors. I talked to Andy. I found that there was casinos there. He took them down. I informed him that this could be a $1,000 fine. And I reviewed all the fines with them and about what's going on. So I went back in November, and the casinos are still there, and then this time Game Green.
Okay. So I'm sorry, what month did you go in originally and talk to them about it?
April 22.
April.
And the only reason at that point that I was a little more lenient and verbal warning was because at the time it was going back and forth whether or not it was a flavor, but it was indeed determined to be a flavor. So when I found them on April 29th, that's when I talked to them, we discussed that this is a flavor, it needs to be taken down. And then went back in November, and it was still not on the shelf.
So you were there.
You had
oh, sorry.
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and they were still on the shelf.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Kathleen?
No,
Okay.
yeah, as I said, I went over the fines with them, that this could be a $1,000 fine. He took them down right away. It was clear that he didn't know that it was a flavor. So then I went on to discuss it, and then I came back recently, and that's when I saw them again.
So the first time you were there, they took them down?
They took them down, and I explained to them that this is a flavor, they're not allowed, this is going to be warning, it could be a $1,000 fine, they need to go away. And then I came back 7 months later, and there's 9 boxes on the shelf plus Game Green.
Okay. And you are the owners of Station Liquors? Okay. And your name?
I'm Vinal Patel.
Okay.
Renee.
Okay.
And I talked to Renee last time I was there.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything that you want to
Yeah, it's just,
say to us?
yeah, it's just an honest mistake today. We know it happened, and it's just an honest mistake. Probably another employee put it back on the shelf, and I know we are responsible to take them down or keep looking things, and we try to follow the state, the towns all the time, even that's all over there.
Mhm.
We appreciate it.
Okay.
Always that's-
So what do you
What
have?
happened
Go
was
ahead.
It was taken out, and we did take it out, and it was not intended to sell it, we put it back stock, and one of the other employee, by mistake, he restocked them. And by going in and out, we never noticed anything there, and we thought it was taken down. But when she came and we didn't notice, we took them down. So it was a mistake from our end,
Mhm.
but it was like a kind of like a neglected mistake, like an honest mistake, not intended to sell it. We are firm believer that we shouldn't be selling something that is safe or the town doesn't want us to.
So how many employees do you have?
3.
You have 3 employees.
That-
And so where do you put, so you took it off the shelf, you put it back where the stock is, or you put it in your office?
Back office.
In the back.
Okay, so your employees are allowed to just go in the office and restock from there?
It's right behind, the door is right at the
Yeah,
register.
we have the lot here.
Okay, so, and they don't get sent back if you're not able to sell them? I guess I want to know why they're sitting in your office.
If it's the open
And,
bag, I don't think so they take anything back. Like, if we, the cigarette, we take out a couple bags, we cannot send the rest of the cigarettes.
okay, so then why wouldn't they get thrown away? Why would they be sitting in your office?
We wanted to throw it away the right way, we didn't know the procedure, how to throw it away, so things got busy and we never thought of it. It was not on a shelf, so we thought we shouldn't be taking care of it right now. We didn't want to throw it in a trash, because, so many people go through our trash and try to find the things that is not supposed to be.
So did you try to reach out to Delshon or to the
And she
state?
did.
We didn't think that.
I remember talking a while ago, now that we're just talking about this right now, because that was my first thing, throw it in the trash. But I don't know if you can, because people go through the trash. Is that,
What would you recommend, Kathleen, in that? Do you have any recommendations on what they would do with those products?
If you can't send them back, honestly, if I was the business owner, I would have cut them up into tiny pieces to avoid any fine, any confusion. That's what I would do.
Or put it, if you're gonna keep them in your office, you put it in a box, you put a big note on it, these are not to be sold, do not stock these,
Yeah.
you know.
But even better just not to have them in the office at
No,
all.
I totally agree,
Yeah,
and I
we-
think we're gonna be more careful on those things, because, we should have have like a small meeting and tell each employee, like, this is out, but one works in the morning, one works in the evening, and then the other one is just a part-time, comes and goes, so
Yeah.
they probably tried to help us and put the stock back in, but it was our mistake.
So in the day and age of text, I think maybe you send out a group text, say, hey, listen, nobody put these on the shelf, or what have you, but, I mean, and so what about the Game Green? Those are obviously not supposed to be out there. How did those get on your shelf, and how were you able to order those?
I don't know, it was probably just sitting there from previously, and the other employee, we just hired a new one probably back in January. And once they put it back, thinking it's sweet green or whatever.
But, so you guys don't do like inventory on a monthly basis or weekly basis?
No, I
Last
think
year, last 2 years had a really tough time with the employees. I worked at least 12-hour days, almost every single day for 6 months.
Kathleen, have there been other violations in this particular liquor store, station
No.
liquor? No, this is the first violation.
Just double check, but this is all I printed out that they.
Well, it's the second violation of the Black and Milds, because they took them off the shelf, and then they got put back on again.
Right,
And they only got a verbal warning the first time.
right.
No, it was not intended to sell. I mean, we have young children too, so we know like how serious it can get. So I ask you for forgiveness, but I also apologize for our mistake.
well, Kathleen's looking up that.
Yep.
I know that when the FDA went out and did an inspection, he didn't have any infractions or warnings or anything like that given out.
And when was that?
When was that?
It went out in June. FDA went out.
So
I
April was
have-
when you went out, and they were supposed to take
So
it
2
off.
months later.
So then 2 months later, the
So when the FDA goes out, what they do is they do compliance checks. So they're not going in looking at the inventory, they're sending somebody in. So they ID the person.
okay.
I also did a compliance check in February 2022, and again, they asked for ID. Hold on, there's one.
I'm sorry, they did ask for ID?
Yep.
Okay.
So they passed all the compliance checks.
Okay.
And then there was an issue back in January 2020, there was Jewel on the shelf, but that's honestly when this whole thing was first going down, that you can't vape, vaping's not allowed, is vaping allowed, Juul's not allowed. So that was, back when everything was first started. Of that, now they've passed compliance checks, and then just these two incidents at the casinos, the game room.
Okay.
And so, did we already say, what's going to prevent something like this happening again? Say the state regs come back in for some other type of product, and that you have that, versus sitting on the office, desk.
We'll probably just get rid of it.
We're gonna go check the whole all the front area, our jewels behind it and everything. I think I and him's gonna spend a weekend and try to make sure that nothing should be on the shelf or anywhere behind. And
You guys
once we
call
find
me
out-
anytime if you have any
no,
questions.
But
Or
whatever we
Kathleen.
have.
No,
in,
town's
like,
been really helpful
the
so
backstop,
far,
you
so
know,
we're gonna make
that
sure that
we-
nothing's
Yeah.
that it
we-
shouldn't be put
casinos,
out by mistake.
We're just gonna hide it.
Okay.
And if you
So-
find something, you've got to destroy it.
Yeah, I don't know how
Yeah.
to destroy it, we're still working on it, but I'll definitely
Yeah.
Google more and try to
I
find it.
don't know,
like,
or I would call the town and say, do you
So,
have?
Can I
where's
just
the
bring it to you?
product? I don't want it, no. Where's the product now?
It's right there in my.
Oh, it's still in your office?
Yeah, but I locked it up this time.
I
so
would
there's
tell,
no access.
like Kathleen said, I would just cut it all up.
Yeah.
Can I burn them or I can't?
So you're not gonna wanna burn it
I
because you're
wouldn't
just
wanna
gonna.
burn it,
You don't wanna
yeah.
smell
Burn it.
that.
In my
Yeah, you don't
apartment?
want to be in
Oh, outside.
Yeah.
But if
outside in
it's
my
not a
apartment.
lot, take it and put it in your home
home
trash.
trash.
Oh, God, yeah.
Cause then
Yeah.
you won't have somebody dumpster diving.
That's what I would
Yeah,
suggest.
we bring the home trash to the store.
Oh.
Don't
So-
you tell me that.
That's another violation, so we'll discuss that at the next meeting.
You do not do that.
I have a couple more questions, actually. My first question is, do you have your log showing what you've sold? Because I'd like to see if any of these were actually sold. I know that we've had someone that came in the past with this, and he brought all his logs showing that nothing was sold out of it. So do you have your log showing that nothing was sold from this?
Came to register recently, probably back in, not exactly the date, but recently. But it can tell you like what we sold out of it. Yes.
But you don't have it with you today?
No,
Okay, so you're not even sure if you've sold any or not?
I don't think so we've sold it, because whatever we had the casinos, we didn't order it again. So I
Right, but they
checked
ended
that
up back
we
on the
did.
shelf is what I'm saying, so they
So
were
we still
off
have
and then
nine
they were
bags,
back on.
10.
So another question I have is, where are these displayed? Because if you didn't know that they were on there, where are they displayed where you can't see them?
Our backside of the register area, it's really small, so everything's so congested.
So nothing's on display so
So
customers
you
can see
cannot,
it?
like, literally see it.
Customer cannot see it unless they come and ask for their product. Everything is behind the counter.
And especially the game, the casino cigars.
So everything that you sell is behind the counter? So things that you should have and that you shouldn't have are both behind the counter?
Cigars are at front, right, at the
Then
top.
we have the humidor, which is locked.
It's locked.
So that's all,
Just ask for key.
yeah.
They have a
So,
lot.
so my question is, so anything else you sell, it's all behind? Customers can't see what's up there? So only you know what's behind there for them?
Not everything, some of the things. So most of the things they can see it, but there are a few things like, it's on the side, on the back side.
The display's on the sideways, so you can see it,
Oh,
but
do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, you can, and then there's the aisles behind it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
There are displays that you can see, like the game green, casinos, they're correctly down on the left. All the tobacco products are where they're supposed to be behind the counter so nobody can go grab it. So they are displayed properly, but the game green.
I just don't know how, as an owner of the business, you don't know that's there. If you're working 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day in the store and it's right under there where you can see, how is that
No,
a mistake that
since-
somebody put it out there and then it's been there for
no,
months?
we've been cut down our hours because we got the staff right now, and that's the mistake that we've been working like 2 years straight, like a long hours, and now we have help, so he's been home a lot, and that's why he didn't spend enough time. I think he should be going to the work now.
She called you to the carpet.
No, I think register, but I think it was just like honestly, he has a good eyes, even though with the like the liquors and everything like selling underage or anything.
So the picture that she had, it looks like it's right out front there. You can't even miss that. That being on the shelf.
I still have like.
So, I mean, you obviously knew that was there.
No green for green, I have no idea. That's his.
We even have stacks of fake IDs, like somebody else trying to use somebody else's ID or fake IDs. I have the full stack.
Don't give out that.
We don't give it back to them.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for this right now.
Yeah, but we are really strict about our laws and stuff.
No, we admit our mistake and we apologize for it. I mean, I'm not arguing with you guys. It's our fault. And it was just like innocent mistake, not intended to sell it or go against the rule or try to make money out of something that which we shouldn't be doing it, so.
Can I ask a question to the board? If he can get a printout of what he sold,
I mean, the last owner that came in with all that stuff in his hand saying, I didn't sell these. You can clearly see. I don't know what these ladies are thinking, but for myself, I make a motion to keep the fine.
How many are missing from the boxes?
There was one missing of the casino cigars and or like 5 are the green, but I don't think so we have sold any in past at least 5-6 months. It's been sitting as is.
Because it's been 5-6 months since they've been.
Okay, so we have a motion on the table to keep the fine. Do we have a second? Okay, do you have another motion? Another motion on the table?
Yeah, and I'm not sure how, I mean, I think that based on what you were saying about them and, you know, their kind of work around how this needs to, you understand, because we know lots of things can be then be coming off the, you know, to be off the shelves now that, but, and finding a way to destroy them and not just throw them in the dumpster, because you're right, I'm sure you got a lot of dumpster divers looking for any kind of, you know, product.
Or the keep going in the dumpster, or you know, somebody throw out like the losers, they always keep going to the dumpster and taking everything out.
Yeah.
the dumpster should have a lock on
We
it.
do it.
Yeah, but people come up with the great ideas
I
and the
know.
great minds, so.
I know.
Yep, people are very creative.
Yeah. So I guess my motion would be to dismiss.
Okay, so we have a motion on the table to dismiss. Do we have a second? Okay, I guess I'm the tiebreaker. My inclination is to dismiss. And although I agree with Michelle that it is a fee, it is the $1,000 fee for, or that fee's not the right word.
Fine.
Fine,
Fine.
thank you. $1,000 fine. I really am quite on the fence. My feeling is to dismiss. However, my thought process is that you need to have a really good system in place going forward, that your staff is educated, and I don't care how you do it, whether you text them, you email them, you have a meeting and you bring somebody in and pay them for an hour from the morning and the afternoon, and the per diem person, whoever that is, you get them in there and you need to educate them that you cannot be putting any of this stuff on the shelves. Your employees need to know what's legal and what isn't, because this is the kind of stuff that happens. And, you know, I get that everybody's busy. I get that staff is terrible. I get it. It's terrible. And I get that you're working 15 hours to 20 hours a day. I get it. You know, I think we all get it. We all, in one way, shape, or form, have lived through COVID and the results of that. That doesn't excuse what's happened. I think you both understand that. And I think that given that that they came in June and you didn't have anything, I feel like it's, you know,
Well,
I'm gonna.
June- oh, sorry.
I understand. I feel like I'm gonna excuse it. I would excuse it. But I will tell you, I will say this, moving forward, if you're back here,
No, we will definitely make sure.
you need to be really sure of what you're doing and making sure
It's
that things
still-
are locked up,
It's going to be still considered a
that
violation.
things, it still is considered a violation, I understand that.
Okay.
That it's still considered a violation, okay? But, you know, you just need to be aware of what the laws are. There's no excuses, you know? But I second the motion. All those in favor? Okay, and let's set, is two yays and one nay. So your fine is excused, but it is still a violation.
We will definitely make sure that things wouldn't happen again, and we will go over and work out with our staff. We're definitely not going to put anything on the back office, it's going to be going to the meeting.
Yeah, and you need to be making sure that you're getting rid of it ASAP. And, you know,
Call me, email me.
there's not another violation.
Thank you for understanding.
So just so you know, that this violation right now, the $1,000 fine, the board has dismissed, but if you get another fine, what is it, $2,000
Yes.
automatically?
So, this is the violation, it's going to stay.
The violation will stay, but the citation is dismissed. Is that the
Correct.
right word? Yeah. So, you're not responsible to pay the citation, but if Kathleen goes again, or if there's any type of illegal product at the place that you're not supposed to have, the fine will be $2,000, and it's a mandatory $2,000. Impossible suspension. So it's something that you really have to,
Be on top of it.
Thank you, appreciate it.
have a good night.
Happy holidays, thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
You guys can go up that door if you want.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay. The next thing we have on our agenda is the Abington Rockland Waterworks AOS permit approval. And everybody's had a chance to take a look at that? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Yes?
Yep.
Yes, okay. Any questions?
No.
Delshawn, can you just explain for really the audience what this all means?
So it's just the sludge removal process. You have to have a special permit to dispose of the sludge, and that's really all I know.
Okay,
And that's just in layman's terms when I talked to Crystal at the water department.
Right, and I felt like that it's sludge, it's non-toxic.
Yeah.
And are we getting paid for,
I'm sorry, what's that?
are we getting paid for that sludge or no?
The water
that like-
department.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
yeah, the
So
town.
we as a,
Yeah,
town
town.
and the municipality of the water company, yeah. So for me at least, it sounded like a win-win for us and it's gotta go.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
Although he's not there anymore, right? Or is he the one that's taking it down?
you know, I.
'Cause
so
Joseph
she's
Lapointe's not
asking
there
about
anymore.
Joseph Lapointe.
What about them?
It has his name on here, but he's not at the water department
No,
anymore,
because
right?
that permit had already been sent in to the state. This is the second part, and that's when he was there.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so that's not a problem that
No,
that's, he's named there, because I would imagine the permit
Right.
doesn't
yeah.
have his
No.
particular name on it, it would be to the water, for the water department.
Crystal-
Okay,
Yeah, Crystal.
okay. All right. Any other questions? Good?
Nope.
Okay, I'm just gonna go back to this for a second.
I just check it off, right?
No, okay, so do I have a motion to approve the permit for the Abington Rockland Waterworks?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Then we have old business, which we don't have anything, and our health agent report.
So,
Excuse me, just one second. Kathleen, thank you.
oh my God, I know, right? Look at your face, it's so red. I know.
It's really hot
It's
here.
warm in here. Mine is too. It's
really
very
hot here.
warm.
Oh, we can shut it off.
Yeah, we can,
But we're almost done.
yeah, okay, go ahead.
So I will be honest with you, when the meeting started, I looked at Janine and I said, I don't have a health agent report. However, I can tell you what I've put into it. So, at this time, all food inspections, retail, food establishments have all been inspected except for
Rockland Ice.
Rockland Ice Rink.
And
And I think he
Vivi's.
was doing that tonight, and then Vivi's tomorrow. So they should be all done. Janine, when do you think we'll have the permits printed in, ready for the board to sign?
So the tobacco permits are already printed and ready for you guys to sign.
Okay,
And then the food permits, I can start printing them on Thursday. Okay?
Okay. So,
all right, so approximately how many tobacco permits do you think we have?
About 20.
Okay, all right, so we can start on those. So I know you had said
Yeah, I
you might
can
be able to
in
come in this
Thursday.
week.
Yeah, I can come in Thursday for
oh,
like an
okay.
hour.
I'll have,
Good.
you already printed the permits?
Yes, I did, yes.
So, good. Perfect.
Okay.
You got it.
And
They're already
then-
ready for signatures.
And we have the folder or the
Yeah.
binder ready.
Wait till you see this.
Okay, so just so you kind of know where this came from, when I started on the board, there wasn't a binder or any, I would have to ask Janine or Delshon or Amy, you know, for the list, the checklist for all the permits.
Right.
So I asked them to put that together in a binder so we have it available, so it's there all the time, so that whenever any one of us goes in to sign a permit,
We
we
can
have the
just flip right through
checklist
it.
right there.
Yeah.
And we can flip through and, okay, that's there, that's there, that's there. You know, it's a reminder, check the dates of, you know, the insurance
Insurance, yeah.
policies and whatever. So all of that is there for us, right there, you know, to refer to, because.
And we're here to answer.
And
any
they're
questions,
here,
too.
but it's hard because when you have 100 permits, we don't want to be interrupting what you're doing
This is horrible.
to ask you, you know, about, if there's something missing, that's different.
Right.
But if everything's there and we go by the checklist, then we can just easily, great, that's there, move on to the next one. We can sign it. And that way, it covers us, because we know we've looked at everything and it's all there in the checklist. And I know when we did it last year,
I like it all put together like that.
That,
'Cause I have the
um,
papers that I have to
water,
keep,
just my water bottle.
you know,
Can you-
make sure I have the right papers with me, and if I don't, I have to ask you for them.
Yes.
You want to do it again? No.
So,
so-
with that all said about this year, the permit process has been atrocious. We've asked for these permits to be in by December 1st. We asked that back on October 20th. And
Asked,
for the establishments to
Oh, yeah.
provide all the information to us that they're required to provide. And it's like pulling teeth, right? They want to be babied. And it's to the point where we don't have the manpower.
I mean, can we put a cutoff? If you don't have this in by this date,
We
then
did.
you're not gonna get permitted? I mean,
There is a cutoff.
There
Yep.
is a cutoff,
Yep.
yeah. So, with that said, the new
I'll explain
The new
where that's gonna go.
program that we're getting is, Permitize. It's a permitting, brought the wrong thing too, didn't I? Jesus, where?
This is on the online, that they can do
Yes.
all their permit
Yeah.
information and submit it online
And
Upload everything.
and up.
upload
Right.
everything. So it's, I don't even know what it is. But the company's name is Permitize, and what happens is, they will go in, you all will have a login. The person, let's just, for argument's sake, let's call it McDonald's. McDonald's has to bring in all the supporting documents. They have to click on it, upload it, and then submit it. So if they upload it and submit it and we look at it, we can say no, we can shoot it back to them and say that's not what we need. So by the time you guys get it, it's all gonna be right there, all the things will be checked. It won't send the final thing for your prompted signature until everything is in, and the Board of Health office has confirmed that that document is what we need. So. I
Is
think
there something on that app or what have you that they can't submit it unless they have all the documentation?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right, yep.
So they won't even go from them to you because they don't have everything, right?
Right, and if they send everything and some of it's not right.
Then we send it
can
back, yeah.
Reject it.
Okay.
Okay.
So with that said, they do need the signature of the board on a piece of paper.
The permitized company?
Huh?
The permitized company needs
Yes.
that?
So that now, and please know that your signature is not going to be used by any of us or any of you. So Michelle's signature, if she wants to sign it, she can only use her signature because you're gonna have that power
To hit the button.
to hit the
Yeah.
button and say, Michelle approves.
Mhm.
All I need is 2 approvals, majority of the board, and that will spit out a permit. So, maybe tonight after you leave, if I can just have everybody's John Hancock so that they
When
can
is this going into effect?
I'm hoping February. I'm
Okay.
sorry that it did not work out for
No, that's fine.
The
I'm just curious.
food permits, but it is on top for everything else. And then I just got the okay, I'm so excited, for the dump permits, so the dump stickers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So they don't have to even come to the town hall.
so that's all going to go on there as well?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I need to turn this off.
Can I help you?
Are you having a conservation commission meeting here?
That got canceled. Oh, no, it was at the school, I'm sorry.
At what school?
At the high school.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Okay, so for the recycle center, the stickers
Stickers.
will go on that as well.
Yeah.
How will they get their sticker? Will that get mailed out to them?
It won't get mailed out to them. What we'll do
What do
is
they-
say your sticker's ready to be picked up,
Okay,
and then they'll come. Or if we get enough budget for postage, but it's just a lot of money.
That's a
postage.
lot
It's
of money.
wasted.
yeah.
It is. It is.
It's too bad everybody, 95% of everybody has a smartphone now. It should be able to just use
like
it on
this.
your phone, right?
Yeah.
And say, here, scan it from my phone.
Yeah,
So
they
we're
could
gonna
put it in the
try-
trash app.
We're gonna try to do that. So they're working
It needs
on
to
that.
go in the trash app.
I guess though, if it is on your telephone, anybody could take your telephone and use your specific, unless it has unless
Have to have
it has
code.
the, right, maybe your license plate number attached to it or something.
Yeah,
That
it
the
would
people
have
at the
license
dumps will
plate
be like,
number.
okay, yep, this is the car, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
needs to go in the trash app.
So I'm excited. Yeah.
Everybody would have to get it.
Next year, can I get a couple of things on to
Keep good. What? Do you have something? Go ahead.
That you want to be
Yeah, just-
added to the tobacco permits?
Yeah, when they apply for it, to supply us with their Department of Revenue.
I do.
You do have all
Yep.
three of them?
All of them. Yep.
Oh, good.
Right, Neats?
Not everybody has all 3 though.
No, not everybody is off.
So
Okay.
who doesn't have all 3? That's what I'd like to know.
I don't know. I'm
There's
gonna
not
have to-
many, most everybody's
Um,
selling all 3.
Mawan? What's his name?
Marwin, or,
Yeah.
he is not,
Oh, he hasn't sent anything in.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
Right.
like, if you're selling electronic cigarettes, cigars, and regular cigarettes, you have to have
3, but yeah, I don't think he's selling cigars and vapes.
Who?
BP?
No, he's just cigarettes.
Yeah, he's just cigarettes, so he just has one.
Yeah, okay, perfect, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else in the health agent report?
No, sorry.
That's okay. Do you need another minute?
I feel like I do, but I don't. I'm sorry.
COVID, anything? COVID
Oh,
numbers?
Oh, yeah, what's going on with
Yeah.
COVID?
COVID's
Anything?
still here. We still have abundance of COVID tests. I've reached out to many people. I've given away boxes to other communities. If anybody during the holiday seasons, we drop them off. It's,
Right, so if we have somebody that's homebound, you'll drop them off or what have you? Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Or if there's a whole family stuck in the house because they all think they have COVID?
No, the numbers
Knock and
aren't
drop.
too bad lately.
What about
I'm
flu?
I'm surprised.
Do you
That's
know
the
why?
flu is
I
bad.
think the numbers aren't because people self-test at home, so those numbers don't go into
that's
to the big
yes.
pool. So I think that
Right.
that's why we don't see the numbers there right now.
Mhm.
But I do think we have a lot of numbers.
Oh, we do.
They
It's
were
just not
testing they
reported.
were testing the water though, and the numbers were up in the water. But this was a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
So they do test the water. So we know that when the levels go up, we won't know exact numbers, but we'll know when the levels are
Yeah.
up. And you know they're not because we don't have to. They don't have to tell anybody now.
Right, exactly.
You know, that report it, that, you know, we won't get exact numbers, but,
Right.
I mean, we all kind of know that COVID's going to go up during the holidays, and, you know, people just need to remember to wash their hands.
Yeah,
is
and the
bad.
flu is bad.
The
yeah.
flu is
Flu is
bad.
bad.
And the other thing is
There's a respiratory virus
the
going around.
respiratory
Oh,
virus.
RSV.
RSV, thank you.
Yeah.
I was going to say SARS, I knew that was wrong. I couldn't come up with it. RSV, yeah,
Yeah.
is another one, so just make sure you're washing your hands and, you know, frequently.
They're running out of cough medicine at, you know, like prescription cough medicine.
They're running out of regular NyQuil. I went to a store the
I
other night to
couldn't
grab
get
some and it was gone.
Sudafed.
There was nothing there.
Wow. Mucinex, that's another one that I know
Yeah.
people use that a lot.
It's awful.
But
Even
not
the
that we're
over-the-counter
recommending
stuff.
that, because we're not, but that's up to your doctor, just to be careful on that one.
Yeah.
But, okay. Anything else? Nope. Okay, so we just need to discuss next meeting, a date. So we were using we were meeting on the third Tuesday of the month, right? It was the third Tuesday? And
Yeah.
Tuesdays are.
No, not the
Tuesdays are
third.
good for me.
It's the first and the third that's a late night, so we're either the second or the fourth.
Oh, God, what were we meeting then?
You good?
Trying to look when we did November, so I don't have it in my calendar now. Oh.
We're about to wrap
the
up if you want us all to
9th,
walk
so
out
that
together.
was the second
Yeah.
Wednesday
Wait.
of the
don't-
Board
don't
of
walk away,
Health
so.
meeting
Uh,
in November.
No, go back to
Was that-
October, oh, were you here for October?
I think that's, oh, no. Oh, yeah, that
Oh, you
was
know what, we have November,
the
no,
27th,
so it was the 4th.
this. 27th.
September.
Yeah, September.
Okay,
was
so
the-
we were doing the 4th Tuesday.
What?
Any Tuesday works for me.
All right, so 4th Tuesdays, I just like to try to get those on the calendar
Okay,
Yeah.
so
for
that would
us.
be
If we need to change the date, that's fine, but it would be the
January 23rd?
24th of January,
So the 10th?
the 28th of February, and then the 28th of March.
So, okay,
And
so
that's
you're saying
it.
124,
Uh,
128?
124.
128 is my
128.
birthday.
124, 228, and
124 is your birthday?
128.
Oh,
124, Tuesday, 124, Tuesday,
228.
228,
and
And
March 28th.
March 28th.
328.
Tuesday, 328,
I will see if they're available.
6 PM. Yes, that works for everybody?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And then that would be the last meeting for the current board. We don't know what the next board will look like, but, all right, so we'll go through March. Well, we know you'll be here.
What?
Nothing. Okay.
I know what the next one looks like. You want me to show you?
Nope,
Can you explain to you?
nope,
Do you want me to?
I do not. Motion to adjourn.
I'm giving.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All those in
That's
favor?
great.
Aye.